There you go. What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I am the host of Epic Conversations, 2018 Innovation Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show for dads, fathers, and male caregivers that's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And being part of that movement, I have hosted our team. So I can say our team has reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. As always, I like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. And he has arrived. He has arrived. The man's name is Ryan Knight. What's going on?
Hey, good day, good day. Always good to see you, brother. How are you?
I am outstanding, even though it's non-detailing weather.
Oh, and it started coming down hard overnight. It was like
Yes.
power
Yes.
was flickering.
Yeah, was it around 9 o'clock last night? I was
Yeah,
going,
right.
what
Yeah.
is
Just as I
that?
was putting the kids to bed.
It
But
was intense.
right. And for those that are wondering why Dr. Vibe is saying detailing weather, because I do run a company called Detailing Nights. So we do mobile waterless car cleaning. And so we go to people's houses or their offices, clean their cars on the spot without using water. And one thing that I will mention, we've been doing these car wash fundraisers like every so often for sports teams or school initiatives. And so I was driving on Keel and came across a car wash fundraiser happening. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me drive in, support, you know. But this is why we started doing car wash fundraisers, because it's nice to have, people um, doing it for a great cause, and they'll have beautiful girls cleaning your car. But when I got out of the car wash and got home, you realize the car wash wasn't that great. So that's why we with Detail Ignite, the cars actually come out high quality. So it's one thing to have, kids just spraying water on your car and throwing soap on it. But yes, if you actually want a good car wash, that's why you can hire us to do your car wash fundraiser. Because yeah, at least you want to leave a good lasting impression on the people that come to support. When they get home and your car is just filthy, like dirtier, my car looks like it's dirtier than it started. I was like, yeah, that was kind of a waste of money. But I'm sure it was going to a good cause.
100% want to say good morning to everyone here on September 22nd, the first official day of autumn. So, and we'll start be thinking the days are already getting shorter, but you'll really start noticing them accelerate in this part of the world anyway. So in the northern hemisphere, we're going to fall. The southern hemisphere is going to spring. So there you go.
Right.
Want to say, oh, well, look who's already in the house. Morning, Fitness IQ Cam. Hope all is fine with you. So good to see you here as always. What else I wanted to mention? Oh, a request. A while back on your Friday giveaway, one of the winners was Opal Inspired.
Yes,
She's not heard from you as yet.
I will check to see if we have the right email, because we sent
If
out
you if you
emails and
don't
text
if you
messages.
don't, I can get it for you. But
Yeah, please
a
do.
lot. Okay, you know what? No, I'll do it. I'll do it after show, post show. Uh, have your Blue Jays clinched a playoff spot?
They did. So they beat, oh my gosh, who did they
Kansas
beat
City.
yesterday? Kansas City 8-5 and clinched a playoff spot, but we want to clinch the AL East. So magic number is now 4, because they're up 2 games with 6 games to go. So
We
they're
have 2 games
facing
on. Oh, yeah.
Boston.
Okay, I thought. Oh, I didn't know 2 or 3. So it's 2 games. Okay.
Yeah, they're up 2 games on New York, and New York won as well yesterday. So they they
Uh,
move nowhere.
how soon would you like Mr. Bichette back?
Man, like if we can clinch without him and then get him back for the playoffs, that'd be awesome. If it comes down to some last game, but then yeah, you don't want him playing hurt. Like you want him actually healthy, because but him at 80% is better than a lot of players at 100%. So, but yeah,
Interesting.
you
It's
always
interesting
because
to
you don't
see
want to
how it's interesting.
aggravate the injury worse, and then he's gone for the whole playoffs, right? But if you don't
It's
make the
interesting to see.
playoffs, it's all for naught.
It's interesting to see how key he is to that team.
Oh yeah. And I love that he came up through the Blue Jays system too. So like not homegrown, but through the farm system. And yeah, and then Vladdy Guerrero again, like through our farm system. So there's a good core there. It's not just imported players like some other teams. Not gonna mention any names on a jinx anything, but you know who I'm talking.
Okay, then here's a question. Right here on September 22nd, both players are healthy. Who do you take, Guerrero or Bichette?
Like if I was drafting,
If you had, no, say you had to pick where they are right now and they're 100% healthy,
right? Pick for what?
pick which one would you pick first on your team? If you had to start a team.
Shit, a solid shortstop is that can
And
hit for
also one who
average
can hit the
and
opposite field too.
power hitters like DH, first baseman. You can get them later in the draft. A strong shortstop that can hit and can play defense. That's hard to come by.
Okay, all right. So Dr. Knight, the GM has spoken. I
Listen, we
love
used
it.
to do fantasy drafts, man. How you mean? We should actually bring. We used to do live NFL
What?
football drafts in the
What?
backyard with the full round by round. Oh my gosh! It's actually I can see it in the corner of my basement here, where that we would take out unfolded. So every draft we're going through live. Man, it used to be a lot of fun. And it was funny because we would do football drafts with my baseball teammates. Like we all used to watch football and do
Are,
the
are,
drafts.
you're kidding. You're kidding me.
Yes, it was so good.
Used to be right into that stuff.
Oh yes. So every week checking statistics and you're watching games. Doesn't matter who wins. You want to make sure your guy gets a touchdown or your defense gets an interception. You're down so such and such points. Just complete this next pass. Like it doesn't matter if you guys win or not. That's why I stopped because it took the fun out of just the game itself. It became and especially betting on sports when I used to bet on sports, it was like the fun comes out of the game because you're only worried about the outcome. And especially if your favorite team is playing, then you're like, do I bet against my team so that even if they win, that's a good thing, but if they lose, I make money. So it was it just messed up the fun of watching the game.
I didn't know you were into this stuff hardcore in the past.
Yeah, I'm a Bet 365. And hey, maybe they should. Man, you know how many of those platforms are out now? It is unbelievable how much betting platforms are out there, and the fact that they're like sponsoring stadiums now. They're sponsoring so many of like the different episodes. People on YouTube and streamers, they're like sponsoring people that they're advertising on like streaming platforms. They're hardcore. Now you'll see if you're watching the game, they actually talk about game lines and oh my gosh, the props. Like, will this player get more than
During the
X
game. During the
points?
game.
Yeah, like in halftime, pregame, going into the fourth quarter, it never used to be like that. You would never hear the actual broadcast talking about the betting side of the sport. And especially when we hear about stories like Pete Rose that now is still not in the Hall of Fame because he was betting on sports. Now betting is such a big deal in sports. It's like, was that really a big issue to keep this man out of the Hall of Fame when he's the best hitter ever? But yeah,
Times
that,
certainly changed,
a
didn't they?
debate for another day, I guess. Right?
Yeah, times do change in regards to that, and maybe we'll continue this after the break. Though, how much, especially in the United States, betting is targeted to young, especially young men. Also, like you see a lot of well, even people like LeBron James, promoting betting sites. Not I don't know LeBron, but what's the comedian's name?
Jamie
Short
Foxx,
Jamie
he was
Foxx is
betting.
there's a comedian. What's his name? Very popular. Again, I don't. That's how much I try to stay out of the culture, but he's very
Oh,
popular. Short gentleman. Name me some
oh, not
black
a movie.
comedians.
Oh, Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. There you
Okay,
go.
yeah, yeah.
Really, you see a lot of them doing promos and ads, targeting obviously young black men
Yes.
into the advertising thing.
And I
Not
think they
not a
actually banned celebrities doing ads for gambling sites in Canada. They said you no
yes,
longer can do it with celebrities because, like you said, it was attracting younger, more, I guess, yeah, more persuasive bettors that will get addicted. And now, such at such a young age, man, that'll ruin a lot of the things you're probably trying to save up for.
100%, 100%, big, 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 big time. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna go for a quick break, and we come back. We're gonna have a mix it up Monday day. So whatever is on Ryan, myself, our alleged minds, and even you out in the audience, this is a time for you to chop it up with us, bring something to the table. But we will be back, and we'll go full fledged into a mix it up Monday on the Morning Vibe. Good morning, Kwanzaa night.
Good day, sir. Always good to
How are
see you.
you, man? What's going on?
We have like two lives before the pandemic and after the pandemic.
Just be yourself.
Mhm.
I think there's power in that because a lot of times we're in spaces where we can't.
For myself, I feel just not interested in hearing anything about Trump anymore.
We have lots of mentorship out there. The question is it really good mentorship? We are back on the morning vibe on September 22nd. So let's do some housekeeping. As always, subscribe to the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube and hit the subscribe button. I think I may have hit 1910 subscribers. I'm either that or just one little pinch away. But if you have subscribed to the YouTube channel, thank you. If you haven't, if you're interested, would encourage you to do that. But whatever, spread the word out about especially what we do on the Morning Vibe and all the other things Dr. Vibe-ish out there. And for people who are doing content on YouTube, YouTube is just in the last week or so have released 30 new features for YouTube. So
What?
you want to make sure that you check that out. Also follow the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn,
30
Instagram,
features. That's a lot.
TikTok, and Blue Sky. Join the Morning Vibe Discord group. So email me at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com or click on the link that you see on your screen to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms I'm a part of. Email me at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. And we don't want to forget our good friend, Dr. Tache. Dr. Tache, uh, Dr. Tachi out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She was actually hanging out with us on Primetime Saturday, this past Saturday. She powers Indie Soup Media, about 25 to 30 independent content creators powering that YouTube channel. Over 28,000 YouTube subscribers. Remember that only 4% of all YouTube channels have over 10,000 subscribers. So check it out. A lot of the content that I do is also featured on that channel. I also want to tell people that you are watching Mix It Up Monday. So bring your questions, share your thoughts, suggest new topics, or simply vibe with the community that we have here. So that is what we're doing. I see what else we doing here. We're back to here. We got a comment here. Okay, we got people in the house. Pimp Barbecue Sauce says Grand Rising. Whoa, good question. Okay, we're going to get to that. Will autonomous cars disrupt the car wash industry?
Oh,
Fitness
nice.
IQ, that's a good question.
Yes.
Fitness IQ Camps is first day of autumn at 2:19 p.m. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a day of nights, meaning that it's supposed to be cloudy and rainy
Right.
all week long. And then Opal Inspired is in the house. So don't worry, Opal Inspired. I mentioned to Ryan about
Yes.
the service. So I'm going to resend him your email address after the show so he can be in touch with you today.
Wonderful.
So we want to make sure that
And
that's
a lot of my stuff goes to spam. So Opal, if you check your spam account, it might have gone in there or to
okay.
the promotions tab.
Well, I will make sure he gets it through my email address. So you've got it covered. Also want to put up, let's do this again now. And always, if you want to call in via your smartphone, laptop, desktop, whatever digital device, go to callme.rode.com, or you, if you have a smartphone, scan the QR code, use the code FSPL8L. Also make sure that you have the audio. Oh, you know what? Let me just tell you. Make sure you have the echo cancellation turned off. Put your name in, and it'll give you the indication to join call. Click on that, and you can talk with us live. So, would love people to call in live. We did Black Men Can Talk last night. Had a number of people call in yesterday, so
It's
it
nice.
was quite good. But that's a feature. All right, and let's get back to where we're at now. There's a whole bunch of things going on here today. All right, so we got some more comments, and don't worry, Pimp Barbecue Sauce. We're gonna come back to your comment because I think that's a really good question.
True, true.
Uh, good stuff. Good morning, Roger Dundas. Good morning to him and his wonderful family. He sent me a very touching message this morning between him and I, so we're going to keep that offline. But thank you so much. It was very emotional for me. And Opal Inspire says, perfect, will do. So we'll get that covered today. I see that you have put, excuse me, you've put something up that you want me to share.
Yeah, we can get to it after we answer the question.
Yeah, so let's put up the question and I'll work on getting that up. So Pimp Barbecue Sauce asks Ryan, Grand Rising folks, would autonomous cars disrupt the car wash industry?
It's an interesting thing to think about only because if people are now being driven around, does it matter if the car is clean or not? I would still feel like at least the exterior, a driverless car would probably drive through uh, an automatic car wash. But then on the inside of the car, is there a way for robots to clean the inside? So either if people don't care about how their car looks, I mean, they probably wouldn't get it as dirty. The driver's section should be immaculate since nobody's driving. But in the back, that would probably get messy. Still, kids will be in the car. So I could see detailing still needing, but yeah, would people care as much if we're that lazy? I always think of Wall-E, where we just get fat and don't care anymore, and we're just chauffeured around everywhere, and our bones are brittle. Would we care about detailing and having professionalism? Everybody's just wearing red and blue. So, yeah, right now, I don't see it disrupting too much because cars still get dirty. But how many things will be automated is where I'm curious to see. And again, as robots come out, robots could be detailing soon too. I'll definitely test it out when the first robot is ready to detail a car and see if we can be one of our hires.
Would you, can you see the day that the manual labor of your business is replaced by robots?
Absolutely. I can see AI being good enough that a robot could scan a car and then be able to move around a car with enough accuracy to not damage the car and clean it. And then it just depends on it opening the car and cleaning inside. I mean, at minimum, I'm sure a robot could vacuum. So how much it can do versus a human, once it gets to like 80%, I think we'd be good. But then that's where a robot that can do that now will probably cost you $50,000 if these people that are building robots get it down to what like Tesla's thinking, where it'll be like $1,000 in your, and you have a robot in your home. it'll be do. I mean, we've given the Roomba, robots certain cleaning tasks that now.
Robots? What do you? I thought you were talking about robots doing Zumba.
No, did I get it right? Is a Roomba? One of those robots that clean the floor? So
Oh, what's? I know what you're talking about. Oh, I don't. Oh, I
like
don't remember, but I
robotists?
know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
So the elements of cleaning are there that robots can definitely do. It's just a matter of the intricacies. Can it maneuver around a car and clean it? So I definitely could see it happening. Like the robots do such precise things already in factories. It's just a matter of taking different precise movements, but then putting it into an actual humanoid robot. And once the calculations are down, I'm curious to see it in more of the construction industry because they are saying
Mm.
that construction is one thing that is AI proof. But once an AI gets put into a humanoid robot, and the humanoid robot, one will be a lot stronger than a human, more precise, so less errors, no deaths on,
Doesn't take breaks.
no breaks, 24/7.
Does-
They already have like
Doesn't go on strike.
the 3D printing. So couple the 3D printing with a humanoid robot that can do finishes. The construction industry is not immune from robots doing those jobs. So
It's interesting you say that because I hear a lot of people saying, "Hey, go into construction, labor won't get impacted by AI."
and I feel right now there's a big gap where let's say for the next 10, 20 years because so many people are retiring, there needs to be so many people come into the industry. It's definitely a great demand. So if you get into it now, you're gonna be set for a good 10 to 20 years. But yeah, if they figure out how human and look, this might fast track them trying to get humanoid robots because there's gonna be such a gap in labor. Companies are gonna have to figure out what to do and how they can still build without humans. So, and the federal government, they're injecting billions of dollars into infrastructure. A lot, the Ontario government injecting billions of dollars into infrastructure. There's so many things that need to get built. Having a gap there, people are going to figure out something to do.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely. All
Okay.
right. And so,
All right.
yeah, I don't know. Did you figure out how to pull up my
No, no,
show?
it's done. It's done. It's done. We're gonna. I
Yeah.
just wanted to put up some comments.
Oh, cool, cool.
So Meg 2024 says, "I'm listening to LOL. I have no idea who that is."
Yeah, new listener.
Well,
Welcome.
and if I wasn't so it would be creepy because I also say ha 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 hint Dr. Vibe. Good morning, family. So obviously this
Oh,
person knows me. I don't know who them is.
gotcha, gotcha.
So they are having fun with me this morning. But what we're gonna do, maybe I'll be able to figure out. Let's transition to this. So you wanted to bring this up, talk about it.
Yes. So I mentioned last week that I got to go to the Dragon's Den Day. So here's some of the photos of my adventure. So they were showing the full history of Dragon's Den through all the seasons. So sorry, the previous was
Okay.
from seasons 1 to 4. So you'll see Robert Herjavec, he was on there, and then I guess they had won an Emmy. So Arlene Dickinson, Kevin
Yeah, oh, hold
O'Leary.
on. Emmy or a genie?
What's a genie?
Genie is the Canadian equivalent of an Emmy, of the
Oh,
Emmy.
it
Okay.
won in
So hold on a
2011.
second. So Meg 2024 is saying,
Oh,
is
Gemini.
saying, shame on you, Dr. Vibe. I well, shame on me. I don't know who Meg 20 because it's the first time I've ever seen you in here. So you can go on, but I don't know who you is.
Right? Oh, you don't know anybody named Meg?
Not off
Um,
and not off the top of my alleged mind. No.
yeah, you're right. Sorry, it's a Gemini award that it won. And then it talks about seasons 9 to 12. I think, is that? Michelle Romanoff started on the show, and Jim Trevelyan. He was always the dragon that I wanted to pitch to because he was big
Oh, you're
into
kidding.
franchising, big into Boston pizza.
Yes. Yes.
And then coming up to present day. So those might remember, Detailing Nights was on season 19, and season 20 is actually starting this week. So we are thinking to do a watch party at the Empowered for X office on Thursday. So stay tuned for that. If people are in Brampton and want to come by to see the first episode of Dragon's Den, we're going to be doing that together. And it talks about the impact, which was pretty interesting, like how many deals they've done on the show. I've always wanted to do a recap of all the deals since season one, and even just to see the people that pitched and are those businesses still around. So,
There's the key.
right? Yeah, like
There,
who still exists, right?
there is the key. Like I don't watch too many reality shows. Oh, you got okay. Keep on giving us the photo exposition.
And then, so this was the setup, some of the cardboard cutouts. Of course, I had to get a picture with Brian Scudamore from 1-800 Got Junk. And they had this huge dragon out front, which was pretty cool, out on front streets. Might be a video. I don't remember how long it is. And then I wanted to show you some of the vendors that we got to see. So if anyone can name this gentleman, he was a star on Kim's Convenience. He was the host of the panels that all the dragons were doing. And then he would call fans up on stage and quiz them, which is pretty funny. Some Michelle Romanow. And
Question for you at that
yeah,
event: what percentage of the audience looked like you?
oh, the audience. Maybe 5-10%. When I looked around, I got to talk to a few of the audience members just about their business ideas and letting them know that ACBN does exist. And so they were happy to hear that resources do exist for the Black community. We should follow up with the Dragon's Den producers and see how to, partners so ACBN can bring down more Black entrepreneurs this
Hmm.
upcoming pitch season, which I think is usually in
Okay.
February and March.
Well, you are a point
So this
person.
was so this lady I was sitting beside, and she was saying like, "Oh, I don't think I'm an entrepreneur. I haven't really thought of starting a business." And then she started talking about she helps companies organize their operations, and I was like, "Yo, that's a business. What are you talking about? So many business owners need that." So I gave her the ACBN website. She signed up. She was gonna come to the drop in on Thursday because just observe all the entrepreneurs that could use your help. So I'm hoping that she starts a business soon.
She has a business. She doesn't realize it.
Exactly. And then the other panel. So today in my coffee cup is this gentleman whose name is Kanlavi from, is it Dodge Javi? Yeah, Dodge Javi. It's a medicinal mushroom infused coffee. So
Okay.
I've been testing that out for the last week or so. And Gilles, so not sure if you've seen Tati Foods. His pitch went really viral, and he's saying he's doing really good. So that's good to see. And this lady, she does rude. What is it, rude mama?
What?
So this is the Don Levy coffee.
Yeah.
So we're able to get a sample of it.
Nice.
So something else, I'll stop sharing.
Okay. Let
But
me
I
just.
found something
I
interesting.
will do this. Go ahead.
So let me share this tab.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm going to do this, and then there's comments we'll catch up on. So you'll do some more stuff. We will go to this. So, morning, JJ Mars from Colorado. Hope all is fine and safe. Good to see you. Missed you on primetime Saturday, last Saturday, but hope you are fine and safe. The McMillan Group. Good morning, the McMillan Group says, good morning. Chauffeured cars are nothing new. This is now just automated chauffeuring. Don't see how it could negatively affect detailing.
Yeah, but remember, the person doing the chauffeuring would usually keep their cars clean because they're getting it dirty. But then if there's no chauffeur, the driver section is not going to get dirty. So it's just a matter of the back seats. Is it going to get dirty? And if people are like not driving anymore, will they care how the back looks? I don't know. It
Okay.
definitely, because usually the driver section is the dirtiest area of the car. So that's usually where the detailing is
Yes.
needed, right?
Yes.
Now it's going to be pristine. Nobody's sitting there.
Greetings, Frequency Event Promotions. Good to see you. Good to see you. How goes it, Dr. Vibe and Ryan? Also,
Well,
Meg 2024 says she's enjoying the conversation. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the conversation, though I don't know who you are or don't remember who you are. I probably know you, but I don't remember you. Haven't seen for a while. Leslie McEwen. I love that
oh,
mental
way
health
overdue.
simplified. Again, I love that tagline. We need to get you on. C Nurse K
Mm.
says, good morning. The actor's name is Andrew Fung.
Okay, from Kim's Convenience. That was the host.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Fitness IQ Cam has a question.
Mm.
Wow, how does the coffee make you feel? I guess you're trying this coffee.
Yeah, and I was able to get the package delivered down here. Thank you to the missus. So Don Jivi, it's so this is the one that helps with, I think, focus, it's vitality, and then this one helps with more immune system, call it for protection. And I've noticed it's helped me stay.
Someone's getting a nice promo.
Hey, we got to have him on the show. Actually, he's about because he's going to be on the show, Dragons Den, this upcoming season. So I'm not sure what episode, but maybe he's on the first episode this Thursday. But yeah, I've noticed taking it, I'm definitely feeling more productive. Like my mornings aren't as sluggish where I'm trying to, get the engines going. And then I'm productive into like I would say mid afternoon. And I don't like, I usually don't drink coffee because I don't like the up and down.
I
But
don't.
this one's
I
more,
just don't like the taste.
that, yeah, that too. Like it's definitely not as bitter as regular coffee. Like
Okay.
I can drink it without putting sugar or cream in it. So yeah, I like it. And by Friday, I feel like this package will be done. We'll see a whole week. I'll report back how it went for this week. So first week we're trying the for protection, and then the second week we're gonna go into the vitality and see the difference in body. But it's supposed to be really good for your gut health. So I'm hoping to improve that and your immune system.
Well, you know what? Maybe you want to keep it, and then the next time Carolyn's on, we want to go through the ingredients.
Yeah, does it show the ingredients? Yes, and all the nutrition facts too, and get her
Hmm.
thoughts on medicinal mushrooms and see where she
Oh,
feels about that. Yes,
that's a good question. That's good. That's good. Let me just do bacon for. I'm just doing a message here to someone in the audience. All right,
awesome.
we got that down. What else do we have? We got some more messages coming through here. Leslie, we got Fitness IQ Cam, we got this. Actually, no, we're all right. Roger saying, check your text, Dr. Vibe. Yes, I will check it. Absolutely. What else do we have? What else? Mix it up Monday, family. What else you want to put it down? Put down.
All
We
right,
got
so if you pull up
same
my
time
screen
again. Also,
again,
too, if you want to call in, would love to hear someone join us. Let me just take this out because the banner's messing things up. But again, as
Roger
always,
Dundas, we're calling you out. Get you to
yeah.
call in.
Well, we're okay. You don't have to call him out because when he was in Argentina, he called in.
Amazing, yeah, and
Okay,
his
so
trip
he
to
goes after you had
Argentina
left.
was so
He was in
cool.
Argentina with his wonderful son on a soccer junket, and he called in
Right,
from Argentina.
that's amazing.
right? So again, if you're near your, and this can be done through a smartphone. If you have a smartphone, all you got to do is, swipe the QR code, or if you're any digital device like a laptop, desktop, tablet, whatever, you go to callme.road.com. You know what? I am going to see if I can show this because I know. What if I can add another screen share? Ha ha ha! Yes, it can be done.
Nice, nice.
All right, let's do this. So, people, get ready because it's one thing I know to tell people you can do something. It's better to show them that you can do it. So, it's going to take a little bit of manipulation here to get this done. But what are the things you people want to chat about today? Talk it to us. Tell us what you want to do, what you want to say. Any comments? Oh, actually, um, Toronto politics wise, who was it? Who got Michael Thompson got acquitted.
Gotcha. From his sexual allegations.
Yes, yes. So it'll be very interesting. Okay, Ryan's trying to share a screen. I'm trying to share a screen. One at a time. One at a time. Don't get so greedy. All right, let's
My
do this.
screen's been up. What are you talking about?
No, easy, man. So I'm gonna show people with a calling in thing because I want visual.
Cool.
All right. So when you go to callme.road.com, let me take out my name here. Okay, so this is what you're gonna probably see. This is what you will see. So this is what you need to do. When you get to that, first I say, slide over here to cancel echo cancellation. So you don't get the feedback. And then all you got to do is put in your name. So here, I'm going to put Dr. Vibe. And I just do this. And also to make sure you put the right code. So, actually, maybe I should go all the way back. All right. So when you go to callme.road.com, this is what you're going to see. Then you put in this code, the FSP L8L. You put that in, make sure your letters are all in caps. Hit continue. When you hit continue, you want to make sure that your echo cancellation is on. You put in your name, and then you put join call. And that's how it happens. And I'll see you calling in, and I add you to the call. Done deal. All right. So I wanted to share that so people visually see how you can join the conversation. Actually, how did it go? It disappeared. There was something up because Ryan, you kicked me out.
I have not. My hands have not moved, sir.
Okay, maybe people didn't see it. Sorry about that. Little technical glitch. All right, so let's go back to this. So there's another comment in here. So let me go here. Yeah, this is like a little crazy. Let's go back to here. All right, let's go back. So I thought it was explaining, and then I come back. It isn't on there. All right, let's do this. Okay. Frequency Event Promotion has a question for you, Ryan. Says, Ryan, have you interviewed Tatus Food, winner of Dragon's Den? Not sure what season he won. I think you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, I don't remember which season either. I think it was season 16 or 17. But I've talked to him. I haven't interviewed him for anything specific. We were just talking about business, and I was letting him know about ACBN, and we were working on some funding options for getting more inventory. So yeah, we had talked before, just kind of business wise, and we've tested out some of his products as well. So yeah,
Okay.
love seeing that he's progressing so well.
Though it is very tough for blacks in the restaurant industry. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and one of the participants in the Buy Black Restaurant Week
Mhm.
which we attended, and I was planning to go to, is no longer. And and I thought they were beautiful.
Right.
I'm not gonna say who the restaurant is, but it just sort of went whoa. And I really maybe want to get your lens on this, Ryan.
Mhm.
Do you feel there are better industries other than restaurants for Black entrepreneurs to try to make a stake in?
Ooh. Uh, it's it's interesting because Mr. Dundas will always talk about we eat every day. So food you would think is such a staple in our lifestyle that going into the food industry should be a no-brainer. But the restaurant industry is a different it's an interesting beast because it's such low margins. You can't there's no like wiggle room or buffer for continuous waste or mistakes as you're operating. You have to be really on top of your numbers. So, are there other higher margin businesses to get into? We'd already talked about construction. We talked about clean tech is another area that a lot of investments being put into. But there's so many restaurants that you would think, yeah, people eat every day, all the time. That should be something that could be lucrative. But a lot of times, restaurants open because the owner has a passion for food. So it'd be difficult to say like what else they could go into to say like, hey, there's more opportunities over here. Don't do a restaurant when their heart really wants to do a restaurant. It's really just how do we coach them that the restaurant runs well and is optimized so it succeeds. But yeah, it's we need more successful restaurateurs to mentor those that are starting up. Or maybe we need more restaurants to be franchised, and then those that want to start restaurants can buy a franchise, learn how to operate that. But so many of us want to branch off on our own and start our own brand from scratch, and we're seeing a few of them going out of business.
Well, I wouldn't say a few of them. It seems more and more. Okay, so Frequency of Event Promotion says Tata's Food is a humble guy. Another
Yeah.
restaurant that was part of the restaurant week that I had not heard of before was Grills.
Okay.
And he has now opened up a I know he had a location around in the western part of Toronto, Western Road. And now he's also opened up a second location on Bloor Street.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Excellent.
So hopefully things are going okay. Good to have Rogers always lens on this. Rogers says the thing is a lot of Black Canadians don't support Black owned restaurants. That's a feedback that he's received from a lot of Black owned restaurants. And I would say that, and I'm going to say Black business in general. Ryan's a business owner. I'm a business owner. We have a double challenge.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, a lot of non-melanin people don't support us.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bigger whammy is a lot of melanated people don't support us. You would think that your own would be very, very supportive. And there's a lot of melanated people say, oh, I had this bad experience. I'm never going to support this restaurant again or this business again. Whereas they will put up, and not there's some that will put up with the same sort of nonsense from non-melanated businesses and just keep on going back and back and back again. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a thought. C Nurse K says, I read an article in Caribbean Camera about, quote, a broadcaster of Indo-Caribbean heritage filing a formal human rights complaint against the CBC alleging race, color, and disability discrimination. I saw that story recently. I didn't go into it too hard, but I did see that story. So I am aware of that.
Gotcha.
I read, and she goes, I had no idea. I remember seeing him on CBC Marketplace. Oh, so Roger again corrects me as always. He says Grills moved to a new location, not a second one. So thank you
Gotcha.
very much. So and I think he's probably in a higher now. Roger, from your lens, do you feel he's moved to a higher traffic location compared to where he was, or is it a better location than where he was? That would be really interesting to from your lens, because Roger is my go-to friend, thought person in many things, especially when it comes to restaurant industry, because he has been to over 300 black-owned restaurants in this country. So he knows the deal.
And it'd be curious to see or make a list of all the black owned restaurants, especially the ones that he's been to, and how many have a second location.
Well,
I'd
you
be,
know what? Before we even get to that, how many still exist?
hey, that's true too. So,
Don't even think about, because Roger and I, when we talk, almost every other conversation, oh, this place is closed down. This and that's just the Greater Toronto area. We're not even thinking countrywide.
right. And so we're going the wrong direction. We're supposed to be opening more locations, and we're actually closing just the one. So we definitely have to get better at operations.
Okay, so is there something else you want me to put up on screen? Because I see something in the
Oh,
green room.
yeah, I was been digging in my files, and I found something that was created for ACBN back in what's it 2008 19, and so I wanted to pull it up when I can.
Okay, I'm gonna add it, and just give me a second. I see that you wanted me to add it, so what I'm gonna do is take out this, and you're gonna play it, right?
Yeah, it's a sound bite.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
Make sure it's loud.
Are you an entrepreneur of African or Caribbean heritage? Having a tough time finding the right resources for your business? Finding it hard to connect with like-minded, hungry go-getters like yourself? Well, the ACBN is helping entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage leave a lasting legacy. Come find out how you could bring your business to the next level. One-on-one coaching, workshops, networking events, funding programs, and more. Get more at acbncanada.com. The Afro Caribbean Business Network. Connect, build, grow.
All right.
Uh,
Now,
so
how old is that?
2018, man. I remember meeting a gentleman. I'm pretty sure his name was Jason, and he produces music. I was like, "Oh, have you ever done a jingle for a company?" He's like, "Yeah, I've done jingle." I was like, "Okay, let me see what you come up with." And so the next week, he sent me this file, and I don't know what I was looking for in my email, and I found that email with the jingle in it. I was like, "Yo, this jingle's still relevant. I gotta repurpose it and put it to a
You can
video or
still use that
something."
today.
Yeah. So I have to find this his email, or I found
Yeah,
his email. I'm gonna
like
send I'm gonna
oh, he
respond.
just he just sent you the promo. Just send it to you.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, this is what I came up with," and he plays the piano, so he did the whole
That's
background
great.
music and voiced it. So it was amazing. But I haven't talked to him since. So I have to see
Okay,
where
so
he went.
for the people that heard that live or even on the replay, what did you think? Do you think it was good? All right. So Roger says for grills, he says, yes, I think the location is better for the clientele he wants to attract. There you go.
Gotcha.
Location. Um, Macmillan Group, having a passion for food is one of the worst reasons to open a restaurant. I
That
agree. You can have passion, but it
yeah.
takes a lot more than that.
But that's where probably why we're seeing a lot of them closed is that they might be able to cook well, but can they operate a business well? So finding a partner that has more the business operation side is always a really good marriage for a restaurant. But usually it's the one person doing both, and you'll get burnt out. And especially if you don't have the expertise, then you're operating the business in a way that the business is going backwards without even realizing it because you feel so busy, but the business isn't progressing forward. It's actually going backwards, and eventually they have to throw in the towel.
So, okay, and here's another question now, and it's good we got the some core family in here. But Opal Inspired has a great question. She says, "Often eating out is a luxury. Could this be an issue?"
Absolutely, and eating out is getting increasingly more expensive. So people deciding to go out isn't really, I would say, on top of mind. I feel like people figuring out how to reduce their cost of going out. But Roger Dundas mentioned, okay, is the black community not supporting black restaurants? That could be the case. Is there too many options in the black community where those that eat out, which is a segmented bunch, are now having more options? So Mr. Jerk survived so long because they were the only Jamaican restaurant in town in a certain radius, and now there's 10 of them nearby. So are they doing as well as before because there's so many options? There's so many factors that come into it. Just the black community not supporting the restaurant, I would say there's more to that, because a lot of non-melanin people love our food. So are you only catering to the black community, or are you broadening your marketing? Are you doing marketing at all? A lot of times
Well, yeah, see,
owners
this
just
is
rely
what
on people
that
coming in.
Roger. Roger's, that's the number one thing he says, that many black-owned, melanated restaurants, they don't do any marketing, but they complain that they're not doing enough business.
See, and then
You
that's a
know,
whole
so
division in itself. And then the
right.
owner is the one that has to operate the business, cook the food, and do the marketing and get people in. Something's gonna fall off.
So Macmillan Group says, what percentage of black-owned restaurants are takeout versus dine-in, and how many are considered 3-star or better? I would have no idea. This is where the House of Dundas comes in. I wouldn't even speculate on that. So Roger, if you're still in the chat, if you could give a thought on Ray's question, that would be amazing. Also, Roger says there's a direct correlation between restaurants who don't participate in Black Restaurant Week and them closing soon after, within 1 or 2 years.
And that
Ooh.
might be showing those that take marketing seriously. Because if you see an opportunity like
Ooh.
Buy Black's Restaurant Week, and you don't jump at it to get the word out about your business even more, and it's cost effective, you wonder, like, you don't have time to focus on, like, you're not thinking about marketing. So that's where, hey, if you're not thinking about marketing, eventually the well's gonna dry up. So I can see what Roger's saying. Yeah, that's the sad fact.
Okay, and Roger, this is good. The family is driving the conversation, as we do on Mix It Up Mondays and Freestyle Fridays when we do it. So Roger says, so how would you explain McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's being side by side and still existing? Yes, it's still the marketing.
Right. And look at how much market research goes into
Yes.
opening a new franchise. You
Yes.
have a strong brand. You're talking about 5 companies that are starting from scratch and have to build a brand, versus 3 companies that have the strongest brands probably in the world. So us as business owners, we're starting a business that now nobody knows. It's competing with maybe other well-known Jamaican restaurants, and like, it's such a tall task, and we don't have a marketing strategy at all. So you have no brand and no marketing strategy. It's really a recipe for disaster. Instead of following a proven track record, look how many Mr. Jerk restaurants could exist across the country if we looked at that brand and said, you know what, they know what they're doing because they've been successful. Let's duplicate that. If all these other restaurants that started from scratch and tried to start their own thing instead bought into that concept and opened that restaurant, I bet you a higher percentage would have been successful rather than closed just because they wanted to do their own thing. Oh, I think you're
Got
on
some
mute.
good stuff going on here. So Frequency Rep Mode says, I judged a food competition in the Peel region last week and believe more funding for coaching and mentorship is essential for businesses. I admire ECBN's efforts to address this gap. And Opal Inspired says, also big budgets.
Absolutely. Like, each of those companies, first of all, you have an owner that's injecting close to $1 million to obtain that location. So the market research has to be on point to show that it's a viable location, even if it's beside another McDonald's or a Wendy's or a Burger King. And then on top of that, they have to have enough working capital to continue to market, and they're getting the benefit of corporate national marketing and provincial marketing. So there's so many layers that comes into running a business that a big box franchise would have already set for you, versus a person starting on their own has none of those layers, and they're trying to build those layers from scratch. So it's, yeah, it would be better that instead of five similar Jamaican restaurants all opening close to each other, they combined and built one really strong location and built a strong brand, and then duplicated that brand through franchising. But I don't know, is there a Black Restaurant Food Association that exists that we can have these conversations? Are we doing group buying for food? Look at the economies of scale when you're looking at a Burger King or a Wendy's or a McDonald's, because they're buying food, well, really they're buying like an international bulk. Like, I feel there was a study we did in school where it talked about the derivative of potatoes, because McDonald's bought so many potatoes that it affected the stock price of potatoes. They had to lock in the pricing because it would cause such an effect in the stock prices. They created a derivative of potatoes. But the economies of scale, when you're looking at those brands, they can exist near each other because their food cost is so much lower than a person that is operating on their own, now trying to buy retail food and sell again at a markup. There's so many layers to why a restaurant in the Black community is 10 steps behind, and we haven't figured out how to catch up operations wise. If you're talking about like systemic racism and people not supporting, sure, that's one of the layers, but just operations in general, we have to do a lot better to compete, because it is fast food. If a person is just going out and looking for a quick bite to eat, and they're looking at all options, now that doesn't only include Black food, it includes the McDonald's and it includes anything else that's on the street. So yeah, it's
Okay.
a lot of layers.
Some more thoughts here and some good stuff. Roger says, I would estimate that over 80% of Black owned restaurants are takeout, and
Gotcha.
that is the more successful model for us.
Okay. So you're
Opal
seeing
Inspire,
more sit down restaurants closing? I was
yeah,
curious.
he would know more than anyone. Opal Inspire says these franchises able to place themselves everywhere. Near bus stops are a classic. Yes, good location to have a ticket near a bus stop. Roger says a great example of how constant marketing works for restaurants is Carib Dish in Barrie. They are looking to open a new location while others are closing.
Ah,
Interesting. So they're in Barrie looking to open up other locations where a lot of restaurants in the GTA are, as the loose end song went, hanging on a string now, baby.
yeah,
Uh,
well, and they learned from working with another restaurant that's doing well, a Gospel Cafe or GC Jerk that they turn to. So learning how to properly market your business, and I think GC Jerk is now going on their fourth location.
are you kidding me?
They're expanding, and they have two food trucks on the road. So
Wow. We need to get that person on the show.
yeah, Colin and Lorena, I'll touch
Yes,
base with them,
that's a great
see,
success story.
right?
All right. Roger says, I like the Scotty Bonds franchise. Quick, tasty food, great branding, and good customer service.
Nice.
Uh, the Macmillan Group chimes in saying, what I've noticed is that Black restaurants that have live entertainment or theme nights have a much higher chance of surviving based on my experiencing traveling across North America.
Oh,
Interesting.
live entertainment, right?
Interesting perspective. Uh, Frequency Event Promotion says it would be helpful to get a financial report on new Black takeout restaurants at the 3 and 5 year marks, as some owners may not realize they can afford a second location. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And then
possibly.
Macmillan Group says, for myself, dining out is many things other than just the food. Yeah, the experience.
Yeah.
The experience. And he says, yeah, GC Gospel Cafe has experience with franchising. Absolutely.
Exactly.
We love that'd be definitely a good guest to get on. And he pops in every once in a while
Yeah, true.
on the show. That is good. That's fantastic. The food thing. We got to get into other things other than food, though.
Yeah. Well, and yeah. But if we're gonna do the food, then we have to do it at that level. And I remember one of our past presidents, Nakembe, she worked in corporate marketing for a long time, and she brought some of that learning to the workshops that we were doing about how the big players do it. So we have to duplicate what they do. Yes, we don't have their budgets, but we can still duplicate the principles.
Yes.
So a lot of it's around the market research and understanding there's so many things you can do before you even do paid advertising. And a lot of times we don't do all those things. So we need to catch up based on our marketing approach.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can learn from the experiences of others. You know, do it's like duplication's not a bad thing. Just find out what they're not doing or doing what they do better and put your spin on it. Again, the classic example. Microsoft was around before Apple.
Yep.
Apple, Steve Jobs. Look at what Apple has come to, worth more than Microsoft. Now, yes, Apple does a lot of different things, but initially it was a computer. That's at the beginning, that was their base product.
Right.
I wonder if anyone remembers those old Apple computers with a white cube. Did anyone ever use one of those?
I remember the ones that had the different colors at the back.
Yes. Did
Yeah.
anyone ever use one of those? What did they call them? Like, and you turn on the screen, you see the Macintosh, not
Right,
Mac,
right.
Macintosh, and the different color apples.
Yes.
And look at them now. If I'm not mistaken, they're pretty close, if not $1 trillion company.
Yep, that's wild.
And Microsoft is still trying to catch up to them. And also,
Microsoft, so far they're beating them in the AI game. They're saying Apple hasn't figured out.
Apple, but I think Apple has something up its sleeve eventually, though.
Okay.
I think
Siri is sitting there waiting for them. If they get their AI integration properly, everybody that has an Apple is just waiting for it to be good. So yeah, if they figure it out.
But I think right now of the big boys, I think Google is ahead of everybody.
Yeah, they have so much data to work with. It's nuts.
There you go.
It's like, how can you compete with? They probably document anybody that's touched the internet. They have a bit of data from billions and billions of people doing billions and billions of interactions.
Which leads to another conversation point. It seems over the weekend that TikTok US has now been taken over by a group of like 7 or 8 people. Of course, here's the thing. One of them is a gentleman named Larry Ellison.
Okay.
Who owns a company called Oracle.
Oh, is that why he became the richest man in the world?
Yes. And also on top of it, his son, I don't know if but his son now owns a company called Skydance, which just recently bought Paramount.
Gotcha. What?
And they're also now looking to see if they can buy Warner Brothers Communications.
Oh my goodness.
Now here's the question. Okay, so what the Walamala says, good to have you here. Old school Apple computers. Apple will never update. Oh, they think they update. It says, so obviously someone who doesn't like Apple. Apple doesn't design their products to last. They design them not to break. Oh, interesting take.
Even still, without a case, those things will not last long. So
okay,
they're so fragile.
Good to have you here. Office of Tim Frey says manufacturing and production is a sector more Black entrepreneurs should get into. That's always been the case. I agree with you, Tim. Huge. We need to produce instead of consume.
And different levels of the supply chain.
100%. Yeah, so here's my question to you, Ryan. With TikTok US now being owned by oligarchs and people who are aligned with a certain party in the United States. Do you and now they're good, so they're going to control the algorithm,
True.
right? So
Yeah.
who do you trust more, that group from America or Chinese?
Is there, like, it's even? Like, I don't know. Can you trust anybody really with your data unless you know how to manipulate your own algorithm? If others are manipulating it for you, they were showing the difference between the American algorithm on TikTok and the algorithm in China, and how the algorithm in China was a lot more positive and the algorithm in America was more like jokey and foolishness. So is now that it's owned by a certain group, is the algorithm going to be more political
Of
to a
course.
certain side? Yeah, and we have to be able to analyze how the algorithm is treating us. One thing I'm always looking at, what does the algorithm think that I want to see? So when I just before I swipe, I'm like, okay, let me see what this algorithm thinks about me. And another thing that people should be doing is putting their websites and stuff online and searching and seeing what this AI summary is saying about you,
Yes.
because they're saying people aren't even scrolling past the summary anymore.
That's caused
So,
a big controversy.
yes. So if the
And who's
AI
behind that
doesn't know
initially?
about your stuff,
Google. Google.
and that's it. So even people trying to SEO their website to get on the first page, you have to get into the first hero section of the website on Google to be relevant. And so, yeah, everything is shifting based on these algorithms.
Well, another good point, and again, I think of Roger Dundas. He is for years he's been driving SEO, SEO.
Yeah.
And now if you go to if you go online and do searches on most platforms, as Ryan said, they give that summary. And a lot of times now people are going to look past that summary.
Yeah.
And that summary is generated by the browser,
Yeah, by
right?
Gemini,
The
by the
AI
Google
together.
Gemini AI.
So if you're not in the top 2 or 3 in your business product or service, because as Ryan said earlier, a lot of times we're lazy and we don't want to go any deeper.
Yeah, we were checking our analytics with a platform called Ahref, so Ahref, and it now has a section on the dashboard that talks about AI citations. So how many times is AI mentioning your company? Ours was at zero, 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 zero.
Oh my
So
goodness.
now the question is, how do you optimize for AI so that it cites you? That's like my homework this week is, what can we do with our website so that AI is picking it up when people search things relevant to what we do?
It's interesting, Ryan. You mentioned that you feel that when you did that comparison between Chinese algorithm and American,
Mm.
how you how it seemed there was more positive
And
with the Chinese
educational
one.
things. Yep.
And there's a gentleman who I watched periodically. He was watching a gentleman named Scott Galloway.
Okay.
Very interesting tech entrepreneur, investor, very, very smart guy. And I watched one of his latest broadcasts, and he brought up a term that I had not heard before that I think is very true. That a lot of people, a number of people online are conflict entrepreneurs.
Interesting. Like people making content,
No,
or
conflict.
yeah,
People,
like the
people
type
who are making content that
yeah.
highlights conflict.
Ooh, to get,
And a
well,
lot of
the
that,
algorithm feeds it, right? That's what gets people riled up, and that causes them to stay on the platform. So they're gonna show more of it, and people are like, "Well, I need to do more of that." But that is, wow, conflict.
conflict entrepreneur. When I heard that, I went, "That is
That nails it,
beautiful."
right?
To
Yeah.
read because a lot of again, I don't go online a lot, but a lot of the content that I'm not a number of content that I see is conflict.
Mm.
Black men versus black women, black men versus black men, simp, this, that, back and forth. That's conflict.
Yeah.
That's
Well, look,
conflict
they just
content.
had, what's his name, Charlie Kirk's memorial. He built an entire brand on conflict. The debates that he was doing was always conflict. his whole platform conflict. And so if that, and
Oh,
then you see
and
a
I,
person like that get so popular
so here's a
that
question I have
people
for
can
you
copy.
again, Mr. Knight.
Yeah.
Yesterday they had a memorial for him in a stadium. Is it in Arizona? Must have been about 60,000 people there. What does that say about America?
Remember, half the country loves his rhetoric. The half that voted for Trump are people that feel Charlie Kirk was a positive role model for their kids, and they would support. I was curious that Arizona Cardinals wouldn't feel that might be a conflict because
It may be a conflict, but they're going to bend the knee because 47 and the owners, right?
but
The owners of the
yeah,
team.
you're gonna alienate because well, maybe all their baseball fans are in line too, but I would think you would do it somewhere more neutral because a base now the MLB might get pulled into the conversation.
It's
Do
all
they want that
political now,
smoke?
baby. It's all politics.
Yeah.
It's all. I want to just out. I'm just going to pull up quickly. So it was in the Arizona Cardinals Stadium.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna look up quickly because it was State Farm Stadium, they call it.
Right. Yeah.
So State Farm Stadium. So they should have a little bit of intake on, you know, on that. Yeah, yeah, they're based in Arizona, home of the Arizona Cardinals baseball team. Yeah. So bend the knee. It is the age of politics. If you and it's funny, Miss Kirk Mrs. Kirk said she forgives the gentleman who assassinated or killed her husband. 47 gets up there and says, you know, I don't think the way that Charlie's wife, but forgive your enemies. He goes, I hate my enemies. He just put it right out there.
Very Christian
Going,
like. Well done.
wow.
Like that's who they voted for, man. That's their guy.
But here's another question. It seems a little unfortunate just from my lens how the current president is leveraging the death of this man to gain political gains.
Yeah, everything that they want to accomplish, he's now using. And I think you mentioned like all the different um like the tariff stuff and
It was
the
a political
bringing the
rally.
military into Chicago. It's like, yeah, this is what Charlie Kirk would have wanted. So he's using it as now the sounding board for all the different actions that they're doing. He was talking about what the late night hosts like
Oh
Jimmy
yeah.
Kimmel,
Well, yeah, and
everybody. He's just yeah.
oh well, if anyone wants, catch the replay of Primetime Saturday, this past Saturday with Dr. Tachi, who is a media professor, and
Mhm.
Laura Lala Key. And Dr. Tachi really broke it down in regards to media, freedom of speech, etc., etc. It was, and my thought is now America is an autocracy.
Interesting. Right,
It's an
right,
autocracy. If you say something against the government, you're going to get punished.
right. What does that remind you of? Was that Russia? Aren't they
Well,
buddy buddy?
hey, some people would say that the current president of the United States is a big fan of Mr. Putin.
He'll say it.
That's
He's not shy. He
true.
hasn't shied away from saying that.
That's true, and I'm going. So it'd just be interesting to ask Americans: is this what you really want?
Right, right. And yeah, enough of them. It seems like will say yes. And I do apologize. I'm late
Yes,
for
you
our
have to
meeting.
go. We
But
have to let you go. We will see you on Friday, but have a good rest of the week, and hopefully you'll get better detailing night's weather. And I will make sure I send Opal Inspired's contact information to you today.
please do. Thank you.
All
Thank you.
right,
All right, we'll talk.
be well.
Thank
All right, we are off. So we got a few more minutes left. So anyone who wants whatever you want to chat about, it's again Mix It Up Monday. The Walla Mala says they no longer have free speech. I don't think they do. I don't think they've got free speech at all in that country. Not at all. Not at all. I don't think they have free speech at all. So, got a few more minutes left. Hey, if you want to call in, don't be afraid. We'd love you to call in if you're up to it. We'd love you to call in if you're up to it. Again, I'll show you the screen if you want to call in before we shut it down today. Again, if you go to callme.road.com and you'll get to this screen. And when you get to this screen, you'll get to this and you put in the code FSP L8L. And then when you go there, you'll make sure your echo cancellation is on. Mic gain is on. Put in your name, as I would put in here. So I'm just putting in Dr. Vibe, if I can spell the name right. Hit join call, and you're off to the races. I'll pick it up, and you will be in the conversation. All right, let's go back to here. All right. Any other thoughts, comments on what's going on? Any other things got going on? Good to have Ryan on today. Usually he has to leave a little bit earlier, but he gave us some full. We talked everything from restaurants to a lot of things about Black restaurants, but also Black business, Black entrepreneurship. That's one of the foundation topics we always chat about on this show. Any people have any questions for me or any thoughts? As always, a great conversation today. If you're watching on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, top people with comments on the YouTube channel today are Fitness IQ Cam, Opal Inspired, Ray McMillan, C Nurse K, and a few others. Well, a number of people, but those are the top contributors so far today. Oh, I have a program alert. Haha. So last week, I hosted a conversation with Dr. Tachi and Cesar Nadima Musa, who's part of the Black Canada Talking, which is on every week on Sunday afternoons at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. And we hosted a conversation. What was the title? Yes, Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, Impacts and Views from Blacks. It had incredible response. What do you think we're going to do? And we didn't get through everything. So we're actually doing a part 2 of the conversation tomorrow night, which is September 23rd at 9 p.m. Wherever you're watching this live, we're doing a part 2. And we'll have Cesar will be back, Dr. Tachi will be back, and also Emma Ansa, who, if you watch the Morning Vibe, she's on at least once a month. She was on last Friday, and she's on at least once a month. So all three of them are going to continue the conversation. Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, Impact and Views from Blacks, part 2. So that will be on tomorrow night. So if you are not doing something, check us out. Even if you are doing something, ditch that and watch that. Watch some good conversation. So that's what else is coming up. Anybody else got some stuff going on? Anybody else? And I always put it out there too. If you want to get in contact with me directly, I'll say more at the end, but you can also just swipe the QR code that's in the box over there. No, over there. Right there. Right there. Swipe the QR code. It'll give you all the information on how to contact me and all the different platforms that I place content on. So that is that. And yeah, it's a really dull day in Toronto and as today and it's supposed to be all the week, but hey, we'll make the best of it. Could be worse. We've had, if this is the first day of autumn, we've been blessed with a really good summer if you like the heat, it was there. There was also a good time of decent temperatures. Had a bit of mix up of everything in a good way today. Any other comments before we let it go? People are watching, but you're not commenting. Any questions you have for Dr. Vibe before we call it a day? Actually, what's one thing you're looking to get done this week? What's something you're looking forward to getting done this week? Would love to hear on that. I'll give a few moments And if it isn't happening, we'll just shut it down because we don't want to waste the most valuable thing, your time. It's quiet out there. All right. If you folks are quiet, either you're thinking, you're preoccupied, or you're bored, but you're not contributing. So I think that's indicating, oh, someone has something. Oh, the Wallaman says sleep. Ha ha ha. So you're catching up on some sleep. Good stuff. Good stuff. You're catching up on some sleep. Okay. Oh, so Wallaman says, yeah, catching up on sleep this week. Fitness IQ Cam says all the projects by the end of the month. Yeah, the end of the month is coming up around the corner. Deadlines. I hear you. Gotcha. Now for the rest of the day, I'm going to somewhat keep it quiet. I have something to do with a group of people online a little bit later. I have to do a little bit of preparation for it, but we're going to keep it pretty quiet today. Don't have any plans to go out, though. You know what? I may, because of course I have to go out and get lemons because I drink a lot of ginger lemonade and we're running low on the lemons, so I may have to run out quickly and get some lemons, but that's it. That's all. All right. Let's start wrapping it up and do the housekeeping. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. I want to say by the time Friday comes along, we're at 1,910 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed and you feel like it, please subscribe on the YouTube channel. If you have, thank you. But anyhow, anywhere, share it out with people. So like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Substack. Join our Discord group. You can email me at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com or click on or copy and paste the link that you see on your screen, but it's in the comments section on most of the platforms. To advertise your business, product, or service on any of our platforms, please email me dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. If you want to get a hold of Mr. Ryan Knight, go to Ryan Oneil Knight. And as always, that's Knight with a KN, not an N, RyanOneilKnight.com. LinkedIn, Ryan Oneil Knight. Instagram, Ryan.Knight99. Email, work with me at RyanOneilKnight.com. If you want to find out more about myself, real easy, one link, taplink.cc/The Dr. Vibe Show. And I give you everything. Email, all the different platforms that I'm on, contributing content. It's all there. And you can watch replays of this epic conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Afro Caribbean Business Network on YouTube, and Ryan Oneil Knight on YouTube. And if I didn't say it, going to do it again. Tomorrow night, September 23rd, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. Emma Ansa, Dr. Tachi, Cesar Nadema Musa will be talking about Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, Impact and Views from Blacks, Part 2. All right, we're done. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions, aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And if you're not making money, make history. Try to do both. And then finally, make it better. God bless. Peace be well. Keep the faith while good. And we'll catch you soon.
This whole thing of using your business with plant-based products, don't you think your life should reflect that too?
Juke him, Carolyn. Juke him. The family loves us here because they're saying Fitness IQ Can says put a wig on to get in.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Like the ideas are just coming fast and furious here this morning. What? Okay, look at this. Global Women Ambassador. Good morning. Look forward. Okay.